50 years ago, you could have lived most of your life surrounded by people who looked like you, believed what you believed, and saw the world much like you did. Today, the world is smaller, and it is increasingly global. With an estimated 9 billion inhabitants by the year 2050, we need lifelong learners who can live and work in our multicultural world. 90% of leading business executives identify cross-cultural leadership as a top management challenge. One-dimensional leadership skills and technical expertise are not enough. Our leadership requires cultural intelligence to understand diverse customers. Take, for example, the European baby food company that decided to expand into Africa. Typically, African food items show photos of ingredients on each packaged product. That in mind, you can understand the horror of African consumers to see a jar of mashed vegetables with a smiling baby on the label. Or learn from the mistakes of California milk processors who tried to expand their wildly popular "Got Milk" ads into Mexico, only to realize that their translated tagline literally asks the question, "Are you lactating?" Cultural intelligence also enables us to adapt our style so as to lead diverse teams. Imagine a manager giving an employee the direction to do whatever you want. In some cultures who aren't accustomed to such nuance, that direction could result in quite the disaster. Cultural intelligence also enables us to demonstrate unconditional respect towards others, all of which has the potential to make you a leadership superhero. Still, at this point, you may be asking yourself, what exactly is cultural intelligence? CQ, as it is commonly known, is the ability to function effectively in a variety of cross-cultural situations. With this in mind, let's not lose track of the information that we've already received. Cultures vary across the globe, across the country, across communities, across college campuses, across generations, and across organizations. CQ helps you navigate the waters of each of these contexts. This may be all well and good, but you might find yourself wondering what CQ looks like in practice. According to the Michigan-based Cultural Intelligence Center, CQ is made up of 4 distinct yet related capabilities. The first, CQ Drive, is your interest, drive, and confidence to adapt in multicultural situations. Essentially, it's your motivation or desire to put yourself in such situations. Next comes CQ Knowledge. This is your understanding about how cultures are similar and different. As we think about CQ Knowledge, let's think back to some of the elements of culture that we investigated last week. The third capability of cultural intelligence is CQ Strategy. This encompasses your awareness and ability to plan for multicultural situations. Thinking of our upcoming travels, how might you act differently while in our ILSSO host country? Fourth and finally, we have CQ Action, which is your ability to adapt when relating and working interculturally. If strategy is planning for an interaction, then CQ Action is executing the plan and adjusting when necessary. As a leader, it would be helpful to know how you perform in each of these areas. We'll help you measure your cultural intelligence by first completing a self-rated assessment. This assessment involves a 54-question inventory that calculates resulting scores. The result is an 18-page report of your cultural intelligence, which you'll receive at ILSSO orientation. CQ differs from IQ in that your intelligence has the ability to improve over time. That is to say, your CQ is developmental, not static. As part of the ILSSO program, we'll work together to grow your CQ. You'll have a one-on-one CQ coaching session during orientation, followed by a follow-up coaching session halfway through our time in country. 6 weeks following our return to the U.S., you'll have a second opportunity to complete the CQ self-assessment, allowing us to track the change in your CQ scores as a result of ILSSO. The cultural intelligence landscape extends far and wide. This week, we're just scratching the surface. We'll dig deeper as we gear up for our departure in January. In the meantime, let's turn our attention back to Schoology and the remaining assignments in the Week 5 folder.